Bitcoin hoodie guy coming back with another Caspa video. Let's go ahead and get into that today. Take a look at the price. Basically, nothing new to see there. Hash rate still hanging out over 100 petahashes. Top addresses, that's where you're seeing most of the action right now. 354,000. So, man, that is growing like crazy. Uh, it's just accelerating very quickly. And I know that one of the devs was on Discover Crypto. And so more and more people are starting to talk about it. Price, for the most part, is basically just chopping sideways like it has been. Um, the volume's down to about $31 million, and there's not a whole lot to see there. And then the overall crypto market, Bitcoin's still kind of hovering right below $44,000. And if some of them are up a little bit, Cardano's up a little bit this last hour, and that's pretty much where we're at. Is that um, the addresses are growing and the hash rate's staying good. And so the question is, can we hit $1 next year? I do think toward the end of the year it's possible. I mean, right here, if it just gets up to 20 cents, then you're only looking at a 5x. With Bitcoin should probably be going up. The overall market should be going up. So that's not too big of a stretch in my mind. Let me know what you think in the chat or comments if you think that we can hit $1 next year. With the metrics that are growing, I mean, man, this is growing a lot faster. I mean, like I've mentioned in the last couple of videos, from 250,000 to 270,000 addresses went pretty slow, but now we're off to the races, and it seems accelerated. And if you even take a look at the two miners, they usually have a little bit different hash rate than the Cast.fyi, but you can see the hash rate still hanging out there good. Check out where the F2 pool has it ranked. It's still above Dogecoin. Dogecoin has closed the gap. Caspa's at 1.6 million profitability. Dogecoin 1.4 million. Some people think that that capital is flowing into that Carlson Caspa fork. Maybe that's the case. Maybe some people are making money. Long term, I think that you need a stronger computer network for a proof of work. So I'm not sure the long term prospects of that, but there's a lot of projects, that, like, look up Bonk. I mean, what's Bonk really do besides be a meme coin? And whatever. There's these meme coins exist, and so it's really tough to calculate what is really going to work in the market, because some things that don't make sense really go bananas. But I do think Caspa has a good chance. $1 is really not that far away, in my opinion, and it's holding pretty strong where it's at. Personally, I don't think it's going to go back under 10 cents, but maybe it does. I don't know. I think that we're on the cusp of getting a Bitcoin spot ETF, and that'll lead a lot of the market to go up, because in general, there's some things that outperform Bitcoin, or sometimes Bitcoin outperforms altcoins. But in general, if Bitcoin starts rocketing up, everything else goes up, because you can see that their charts don't look exactly the same. But in general, the alts are all kind of going up. Now, Toncoin's a little different. It's kind of going down. Shiba Inu went up a little bit higher. So there's some fluctuations. And right now, Kaspa is holding strong there, 27. It had a good run up, and now it's consolidating up there in the 11 to kind of 11 and a half to 13 and a half cent range. And it's been chopping there for a while now. I guess you could say it's went down a little bit the last week, but really ever since it shot up from 8 cents to new all-time highs a couple weeks ago, it's been basically chopping sideways. And at that same time, you have addresses growing, and a couple less whales, a few people taking profits, but the price isn't getting crashed, and you still have the hash rate. All the metrics that count are going up. And then now too, as people see things like Bonk or whatever, Caspa, they're looking for the next thing to pop. And those are hard to find. I guess some ways is you can go into Coin Market Cap and go to You can go to categories, say they have gaming here. Obviously, and sometimes some of these are not necessarily, they might be in two different categories, but like Gala Games. I mean, Gala Games has already got a pretty big market cap. And you can scroll down. I know a lot of people games for a living, or a lot of people are excited about that. And yeah, I think there's a lot of, I don't have any personally, but I do see that what the potential that has. It has a good looking chart and pretty low market cap. A lot of these gaming tokens and coins do have high inflation on the horizon. A lot of them are play to earn. So yeah, I mean, to really get it, maybe you're inside a group, or maybe your favorite YouTuber gets you on to these, but someone, especially the ones that have some trading volume, they all have their own little mini communities. Um, and to get the degen plays, you have to see, like, now it's getting down to a $13 million market cap of gaming coins on in that category on Coin Market Cap. You start going down that list, they become even more degen. You can see the trading volume. This one, Shill token, I don't know anything about it. You can see that it's got 35% out. It's got about $1 million traded the last 24 hours, $4.2 million. Zoo token. And then you got to look and see what the history of the token is, if they're doxed, what chain. I mean, maybe you want to avoid things on a certain chain. Maybe you prefer a certain chain. You can see Zoo's got pretty low inflation ahead. It's got 470 million tokens and 92% out. It's up 100% this last week. And so, yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty interesting. And so I guess kind of going off on this little, side quest to look for a gaming coin that maybe no one knows about. But once things start popping, and Caspas reach a point where some people might be like, well, it's already popped, and a lot of people still believe that it's going to go up. But right now, I think some people are kind of looking for the next bonk, the next Caspa, the next thing that hasn't pumped yet. And now it's a new type of investor, someone that is, there's a difference between scrolling down this list here and finding a coin that's, I mean, I don't know, maybe $400,000 market cap is way too degen. I mean, this one's only got $326 traded, so there's nothing there. But I guess if you went up into the, $5 million range or $3 million range or something like this one right here, Dose, I don't know anything about this. It's got pretty high inflation left, but something similar to GFAL and maybe Gala. It's got $3.2 million market cap with about 3.6 million. So yeah, you look at stuff like that. I mean, it takes a lot of time to research and depends on what you really want to do. You can see that it's been out for a while and kind of pumped at the beginning and is dumped overall since then. And it's on KuCoin and Uniswap, PancakeSwap, SushiSwap. It looks like it's multi-chain on Binance and Ethereum. It's OKX, so it's actually on some decent sized exchanges. I don't know anything about the project. That's where you're going into degen territory. You got to check their website out, their teams and stuff like that. But I think once you see some pumps and people feel like it's altcoin season, this is down 99% all time. Not even saying this is something good, but it's hard to find those degen plays for me. And some people aren't really even trying to find those. But now that, we're kind of in the middle of the bull run, people are starting to look for things that might outperform Bitcoin, or, people might feel like, okay, Caspa might go to $1 next year. So maybe it does a 6 or 7x. So now I want to try to find something that's 50x. I mean, in the last 2 months, Bonk is what did something like a 66x, I guess, maybe before its pullback. And then, so now it's like, okay, some people are still buying into Bonk, that price is down, so a little bit more selling. But the last couple months with Bonk going bonkers, now people are, how many people are buying into Bonk versus how many people are trying to go into the degen play for the next Bonk. And for me, I think that I have a limit of about 5 to 10 projects. And mostly I have 4 projects right now that I'm in. And, I'm keeping my eyes open for something that makes sense. And there's going to be a lot of things going up in this, I guess the bull run, you don't have to be so smart. Bobby C, thanks for tuning in. What's up, man? Thanks for tuning in and just chatting about Caspa and the general crypto. Mostly right now with Caspa, I do think that it's possible it gets to a dollar next year. That's not financial advice. My opinion, I think that it's positioned pretty good. I think it's, layer ones do very good. And it's got, I think, a lot of the right people behind it and some of the technology they're working on. And the fact that it's still pretty young and the amount of addresses that hold it and the hash rate keeps growing up. So I think it's just a matter of time. And then there's no tier one exchanges. So once that happens, that'll really help. So where, I mean, I don't know, anything's possible. I mean, Bonk did a 66x and, and I guess that's the reality of the crypto market. You're looking at meme coins. And I mean, Dogecoin, it is a proof of work one, so it's a little bit different of a meme coin versus like Shiba Inu. But meme coins is a category, and you look at when you go into the degen plays on crypto, like here, Bonk and Pepe, so some people, and the guy that turned $17 into a bunch of money on Pepe was probably an insider from what I've read. And you can just see all these different things. Sneck on Cardano, $64 million market cap. That's you know, there's Toshi on Toshi on base chain. I think I might have bought some of that. I don't know. There's a couple different Toshis. I think I bought a little bit of that. That was a long time ago. General, I'm not really raging into different meme coins or anything like that right now, but I'm keeping my eyes open. But for mostly, I'm sticking to my positions. And then when you see stuff that goes 66x, it's hard not to pay attention to that. But two, just have to do what you want. I mean, maybe some guys have 20 or 30 coins and tokens, or maybe just build up a watch list. Nothing wrong with building up a watch list. Just for me, I feel like I've, more than 5 or 10 projects I'm spread out, and I'm keeping my eye out for another project or two. But sometimes you're better off just putting it into what you have. And, but at the same time, it's kind of hard to, if you've been in crypto a while, it's kind of not hard to have, just a very small percentage of your portfolio in a super degen play. And the reality is Caspa is not a degen play anymore. Not when you're number 27 on CoinMarketCap and you're the number 2 proof of work blockchain in terms of profitability for miners. You're not a degen play anymore. And that doesn't mean that it still doesn't have room to go up. I mean, who knows if it gained more traction and got up to 50, the dollar is going to put it at what, 22. I don't know, by the time that it could reach a dollar next year, 22, 23 billion market cap, and you're going to be looking at the whole market cap of the ecosystem up to 1.64 trillion. At that point, if Caspa did get up to a dollar, Bitcoin is not going to be 44,000. Bitcoin might be, 67,000, 60,000, 80,000. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what the spot ETF and the halving do next year. But that's pretty much, I guess, all I got is Caspa is no longer a complete degen play. And when things are popping in the market, sometimes people are looking for another degen play. Maybe some people are going into Carlson and maybe they're making money. I mean, there's a lot of money made on a lot of different projects right now. So it takes a while sometimes for it to circle back around. But with Caspa, when you have the metrics like the addresses growing and the hash rate, that seems like the most important thing to keep an eye out on me. And I'm not really too worried about the price right now because it's got long-term plans. So, hey, BG, who is the most legit crypto YouTuber for you? Sup, bro? Steven, thanks for tuning in. Who's the most legit YouTuber for me? Oh man, it's hard to know. I think there's a lot of good ones. And I think that, I don't know, it's hard to say like who do I really watch? I've watched the Crypto Galaxy a little bit lately, the Crypto John, and I don't know, like as a bigger YouTuber, I kind of like Crypto Casey. I'd like her. I think she has pretty reasonable advice, and she kind of, I don't know. I mean, I don't watch her a ton, but I think she's pretty realistic on a lot of these projects in crypto are just going to be, they're probably going to be nothing after the bull run. And so, my biggest regret in crypto is not taking some profits on some projects I had. My biggest regret was Pavia, which is a metaverse. They're still plugging away, and they've been building this whole bear market. But even before it came out right here, you could only trade it on Muesli Swap when it first came out, and no one knew the price. And I traded some land for the tokens, and if you had land, you got token airdrop. So I ended up with um, like 400,000 or 500,000 of these Pavia tokens, and it really probably at a 2.2 cent average, and I probably had $10,000 or $12,000 in there, and no one really knew the price. And then it was right when Cardano was going to have Sunday Swap launching, so it was like one of the first dexes, but Muesli Swap was kind of actually first to the punch. So on Muesli Swap, I was sitting there trading, and I loaded up. I bought some. I got a bunch of airdropped, so I had a bunch of free ones. Plus, I was trading land, making deals on Discord, using escrow and trading, and people didn't know the price of the tokens or what the land was, and so I ended up with a lot of the tokens. And right at the same time that Sunday Swap was launching, Cardano was going up. There was a lot of excitement in the Cardano ecosystem, and this thing got up to about 30 cents. Whoops, sorry. This thing got up to about 30 cents. Now, this is before it was even listed on CoinMarketCap. And so basically, within a month, I had turned about $10,000 into $100,000, and I never sold any. And so that was really my biggest regret. So I think having people, uh, you know, no one went broke taking profit. So that's something I'm trying to work on not right now, but maybe sometime in 2024. But I'm looking more at 2025 to making sure I take some profit. And yeah, I've had some good plays. I made like a 10x on AGIX, turned like 1,000 into $10,000 on AGIX. Bought that in the summer of 2022, and then the AI bull run. So there's gonna be a lot going on. Let's see, but yeah, I think I mean, there's different, like Coin Bureau. I think is pretty reasonable, and he's a bigger guy, and he's also gives lots of macro conditions about like the World Economic Forum, and but yeah, I like Crypto John and watch Crypto Galaxy sometimes, and Crypto Casey, and that's kind of most of the guys I've watched recently. Um, Mostly on YouTube, I've been watching Camping with Steve. So that's most of what I've been watching. But, you know, so yeah, this Pavia was my big one where I missed out on a lot of money. And that was basically at the time when, I guess, right at the beginning of 2022 was when that was happening. And if I could have reused that money into some other projects, my portfolio would be looking a lot better. But you live and learn. And so I'm going to be patient, and I'm being careful with what I'm going into. Right now, I'm not in a lot of projects, basically Bitcoin, Cardano, Caspa, and Bitcoin Punks. And I do actually still have a little left of this Pavia token. Um, but I don't really talk that much about it because it's only like $500 worth, and so it's not a whole lot of money. Um, but yeah, you got to take profits when it makes sense to you. No one went broke taking profits. Same time, you don't want to sell too early. So right now, I think it's depending on what kind of pump you see on a project. It's probably too early for me. Like, okay, my Cardano went up 60%, but I think it's going to go up higher, deeper in the bull run. But once we're kind of coming at the end of 2024, once we're into 2025 is definitely when I'm crypto savage. But yeah, definitely 2025, I'm definitely going to be thinking about sell zone. And I'm going to have a little bit of stuff that I want to keep on, because I'm going to pay capital gains on it. Also, I like to pay long-term capital gains over the year in the United States is a lot less than under 1 year. What are your top 3 crypto picks and why? Right now, it's tough to know the top 3. I mean, right now I have most of my portfolios Bitcoin and Caspa and Cardano. And if I had all that exact, had to pick today, maybe a little different, but I think, for me, Bitcoin is still going to go up, and I think Bitcoin's built different, and I'm not sure anything will take it down. I don't know. Maybe it's just there's going to be a lot of capital, and even though Bitcoin is not going to grow as much as other ones, it's nice to have part of my portfolio in that. And then I like Caspa because I think that it just felt like it had kind of similar tokenomics to Cardano and proof of work. And there's going to be some new layer ones that really blow up in this cycle. And it really felt like with Jonathan Saplinski and what they're doing with their block DAG, that it could be one that was a high performer. I still have my Cardano. I think in terms of proof of stake, it's actually one of the more decentralized ones. And so I know that a lot of people into Bitcoin don't like proof of stake. And I like Cardano because it's got a lot of different stake pools. So I know that there's a lot of single stake pool operators. And so, and the thing I like about Cardano too is I got it staked. So every 5 days, every epic, I'm getting a little bit of Cardano. So that keeps building up, and it has gotten hammered. And I'm not saying, these are my picks, but I do think that it's had holding power. And they talk about the Lindy effect when it's been resilient sticking around. And this is going to be a bull run where it's going to have more development. And then with Cardano, if you go to DeFi Llama, when you look at the TVL now, the TVL compared to some of the other chains aren't as, let's see, it's not as big, but the metric that's good to look at is the not just the dollar amount, but you also want to look at how much of the native currency is being locked. So right here, you can see overall, since DeFi really hit, which has been still pretty new, just the last 2 years basically. In general, there's more and more ADA getting locked up, and it has pulled back a little bit here, but in general, the amount of ADA is increasing, and so, and then I like the Bitcoin punks because it's the first 10K collection on ordinal inscriptions. Right now, there's basically a civil war on Bitcoin and whether they should keep ordinals and not. But I think that storing the information on the most secure computer network has some value. And now I kind of want to maybe look into a couple more degen plays. I feel pretty good about the kind of the safer picks I have. Cardano, and Bitcoin and Caspa is kind of has gotten into that territory. So, and Bitcoin punks obviously are kind of degen play, but I'm going to start keeping my eyes out for some degen plays. And I think it's good to have a mixture of safer plays and degen plays. That's just my opinion, because any of these projects, something can happen, can go down, and you don't know what you don't know until you know it. And that's always a risk we run. But I do think that this bull market, you probably don't have to be as smart. And I'm not the smartest guy in crypto, but in general, probably you could just see like, okay, you could have almost any one of these meme coins is up a lot. And so you don't have to be as smart when everything's going up, but there's going to be some that outperform everything. And, I'm going to kind of start keeping my eye out. So far, I've kind of been building kind of bigger positions in projects I like long term in the bear market. Now we're starting to flip to the bull market. I want to keep my eyes out for something that can outperform my main holdings. So let me know what you think. What are some of what about Nexa? I'm not sure about Nexa. I haven't heard of that one. I know there's a lot that I haven't. I have Nexa. Let's take a look. I guess it looks like where's the chain explorers? I guess maybe looks like it's a layer 1. Here is so the price is way down there. Volume, it's got a $52 million market cap. It's on MEXC, Bitmart, Safe Trade, CoinX, Trade Ogre. I guess maybe Uh, maybe let's see what the all-time chart looks like. It's been around for almost a year. Looks like it pumped up when it first came out. Let's check out the market cap. Yeah, because sometimes the price pumps at the very beginning, but they don't have very many coins out, so the market cap was lower than it is now. But get up to $11 million market cap. I guess actually it's showing a $29 million market cap. I guess there's more circulation. So okay, no, it got up to $82 million market cap. Yeah, I don't know anything about it, but looks like it's number 643, low market cap. I don't know anything about the team. It's got million, billion, 21 trillion tokens. So it's got a lot of tokens. I don't really like ones with that many. So I don't know. It looks like maybe another layer one. I don't know if it's for me. Nexa has been built and continues to be maintained and upgraded by Bitcoin Unlimited, a 7-year-old organization and team of crypto OGs. Bitcoin's Unlimited software has been backbone of BTC and then Bitcoin Cash. Grab a wallet. I guess they're pretty active, but a layer one with lots of that's kind of newer with lots of tokens, and so I'd have to research it more. It's kind of hard to compare it. I don't know. I think that solving the scaling trilemma, which a lot of projects, thanks to Nexa's unique proof of work algorithm, Nexa will scale to over 10 billion transactions per day. That's enough. Tokens are a market validated use case for cryptocurrencies, native NFTs, instant contracts, instant transactions, proof of work scaling. Nexa's proof of work algorithm uses the enormous scaling power. I guess who's building Nexa? Bitcoin Unlimited. I don't know anything about Bitcoin Unlimited. Bigger blocks are coming. When they arrive, you want your node ready. Bitcoin Unlimited is a full node implementation for the Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash networks. Bitcoin Core client, which is from which Bitcoin Unlimited is forked, has hard-coded 1 megabyte blocks. So if they're working on that, then you think that if Nexa was big, they'd be talking about Nexa somewhere. So it looks like they're doing a lot for maybe Bitcoin Cash, BCH Unlimited release. So maybe they're working on Bitcoin Cash. So then I'm not sure where they're working on Nexa and Bitcoin Cash. Nexa is a decentralized project, of course, which means anyone can get involved. So new Nexa proof of work, GPU mineable algorithm. So I don't know where it's at on here. If Nexa's on here. I don't see Nexa on here. So I don't know how profitable it is. I know there's probably better mining websites, so I'm not sure about that. I think that right now it has a long ways to go and I'd have to research it more. Not enough time in this video, but maybe there's something there. I don't know. They got EVM like smart contracts, and everyone claims to be the most scalable. So we'll have to see. Might have to look into that more, but depends on right now 10%. So it's got massive inflation. So I don't like the massive inflation personally. So I'm not sure if I would go into it or not, but maybe if you do, then it's good for you, and maybe it'll work. I don't know. Right now, it's not really what I'd be looking into. I've kind of got my layer ones that I'm into. If I go into anything now, it might be more meme or something like that, or gaming, some kind of meme or gaming that I think could blow up or something. I even think Sneck on Cardano might have more room to grow, but who knows? It's a little bit of a crapshoot. Yeah, Nexa has 10%, Caspa 90%. So there's gonna be a lot of inflation for Nexa. So, well, I think that's all I got. Going back to Caspa, wallets are increasing, hash rates looking good. And yeah, if I find anything that is interesting to me that I might add to my portfolio, I'll let you guys know. So thanks for watching. Let me know what other coins besides Caspa that you're interested in. Thanks for watching and have a good day.